One good reason one reason, it's not necessarily a good reason, I started doing YouTube videos is to help myself, to try to help myself, try to make myself feel better, express myself. But then I do, and yet I still don't, because expressions are something that always come and go. Experiences, life, blah blah blah, in the moment and all that and stuff. Anyways. But I thought it might do some good. I thought it might do some good for some people. I thought it might do some good, even for my daughter, to a degree. If my daughter were to watch any of my videos, thought it might do some good if anybody around me cares about me and yet feels like they can't get close enough to me to try to understand me or some type of shit. Thought that maybe there were like-minded people out there that were like me. That way I could feel like I'm trying to make friends to a degree. Find people that understand me, that get me. And I know that I'm not like the most educated, and I don't articulate everything correctly, and I'm as broken as I always have been. But I've been trying really hard for what feels like forever to stay positive. And I read all these positive quotes and shit, and people act like that shit's new. And to some it is. But when it's shit that you were thinking when you were 5 and you were 7 years old, and 9 and 10, and that's even like, saying, something's wrong with my family, and you did that at the age of 10, and 12, and you was like, yeah, I need to read up on, wait, what was it that they called me, and then you read it and you're like, no, that's you, and you're like, oh my God. And then you read into psychology and you start to understand mental disorders. And then you're just sitting here and you're like, yep, practically everybody around me has mental disorders, has some type of something going on with them. And you're like, how do you get around healthy people that don't have stuff going on with them? And you try to, and you kind of try to keep a balance, 50-50, I guess you'd say, and you can't, because just about everybody has something wrong with them. And then the ones that don't, to a degree, or the ones that are well adjusted with what the fuck ever's going on with them, is a better way to word it, because everybody has mental health, and everybody can have bad mental health at any point in time. It doesn't have to be something that's permanent, like a diagnosis that sticks with you permanently and stays, but everybody goes through bad mental health crisis times, and stuff. And the ones that can always pull themselves out of it and stuff, they want to be around the ones that can pull themselves out of it. That's their group. That's who they want to hang with. That's who they want to be with. But let's say it's like, let's say I'm like born into this crazy ass family and I'm the only one that's sane. Which is fucking hilarious that I'm saying that, because that's what my sister's ex-boyfriend of 7 years used to tell me whenever I'd call him crying. He's like, fuck them. He's like, you're the only one that makes sense in that family. He's like, you're sane. And yet then, still, he even tried to hit on me. And it's like, men and the disgust of the world. And of men. But, so anyways, it's like you want to be friends with those people and you try, and say you find one that hangs out with you and one that does come over and stuff like that, which granted, I can't really say that I've had anybody to a degree that's come over that's been like that, I guess, or whatever. But let's say I did, even if I were to, because the narcissism and shit, it always turns into my family buttering whoever over, so that way they can, pull them in to listen to me and listen to what I tell you. And it's not just me telling you, and then it's like, oh, I got these other 3 people that are from the family that agree. Go ask them; they'll tell you the same thing, And then it comes back, and like, what do you do with that? It's a trap. You're constantly trapped, And it's like, at first I didn't know the shit like that went on. It took me forever to catch on that they really were doing that. Then it took forever for me to believe that they would be that cruel. But then I accepted it. And so then when I would meet people, I would kind of be like, listen, I don't get along with my family. It's the best way to put it. Don't talk to my family. Just don't. There's a lot of issues there. Just don't talk to them. You're my friend. Be my friend. And I thought that was the right way to go about it, because that's the way somebody would need to go about it with me. But I'm apparently a breed all my own. And, so anyways, apparently instead that speaks to everybody's curiosity. Why? Why not? Well, I can't ask her. I'll go ask them. So then you're just like, okay, I'm fucked. Nothing good's ever gonna happen. I'm completely and totally in a cage. I'm trapped for eternity, or until they die. Like, that's what your brain tells you. But then you'll be so scarred by the time that they die that you'll be just as bad, if not worse, probably be worse than what they were, because you're so fucked up. So, you sit there and you try to ignore it, and everything. And you try to ignore every fucking thing. But you can't ignore stuff constantly. It's like Chinese water torture, Sit there, drop, drop, drop. You do that enough, eventually you're going to break. So, like my family and the interrogation that narcissists do, and the 20 questions over everything, and, and that's even like today. I got up and I was just in my own world. And I thought things like, damn, I wonder if a woman can become a monk, And I was like, I don't know. Probably kind of technically, but then kind of technically not, because it's always been men. And I was thinking about Buddha and silence and not talking to nobody. And I was thinking about ending the YouTube videos and just being like, bye, I'm not doing them no more. Because I'm not getting out of them what I'm putting out. I'm not getting any community. I'm not getting any kindness, like what I'm looking for. And then I feel bad even saying that, because I'm like, fuck, And, because like I said, when I started this, money would be nice, I ain't gonna fucking lie, but that is not the purpose of my YouTube channel at this point in time. It's just to find people that are like me, people that I can talk to. And instead, I might get a comment here or there, or I might get a comment that proves that the person, could only last like 30 minutes into my video, and they didn't watch the rest of it. And I'm just like, God, can somebody listen to me? And then it's like, can you listen to yourself, and all that self-love and everything? And it's like, yes, I can. And it's like, but I'm exhausted. And then nobody wants me to exhaust them, unless it's some dickhead man and it means sexually or some shit, but nobody wants to put that much energy into me. And I get that. But it sucks when all my energy is being given to my family. My mom, my dad, my sister, my grandmother, and stuff like that. And putting up with their shit. And so I have nothing to dip back into except for my relationship with God, But then even at that, it only goes so far because it's put into a box that they dictate. That's just like when I was, when I was 15? I was like 15. And I think it's before I met Adam. And I went to church with this guy that I went to school with. Which it's great to a degree. He left the church. He moved to Atlanta, and he came out. Which we all wondered for the longest if he was gay, but he took me to church, and I got cussed out by my dad when I came home. Like third time or second time from going to church. Oh, you think you're better than us, don't you? You little piece of shit. That's all my family is a bunch of incessant, non-stop, just opinions ricocheting off of one another. And it's like they're all shields, so they're all blocking it, and I'm not a shield, and so I'm the one getting wounded over here all the fucking time. And then whenever I try to give an opinion, it's like a voice of a little child in a room full of adults, and it doesn't matter unless it's something funny or outrageous or shocking or something like that. And then even at that backfires, so I learned that a long time ago, so I stopped doing that shit. Then I got punished for being that way too, because I got punished real young, like it's probably about 5 years old. So I was like, yeah, fuck that. If I get attention, I get it. If I don't, I don't. Oh well. And then I do get attention, and it's usually not attention that I want. Usually it's people liking me, wanting a relationship with me, or just wanting to fuck me. I guess that's why dogs and kids like certain people, and cats, and pets or whatever. That's the reason they like certain people and then they don't like certain people. Is because there's certain people in the world that they're just greedy. They know what they want. When they want it, they go straight for it. There's no ifs, ands, buts, maybes about it. There's no hiccups. And those people are considered to be very determined, and just very forthcoming and this and that and all these great qualities supposedly. But those are also the people that come across as assholes, and that's like there's a TED talk, and there's this woman one time that I watched on this one video or whatever, and she's like, you need to be a bitch, you need to be a bitch in life. Be like, yeah, I'm a bitch, yeah, I said that, yeah, this is what I want, yeah, da 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 da, and stuff. But, for some people it works, and for some it just don't. Um, I don't know. There sure as hell ain't another person like me on the face of the planet, that much I do know. That there isn't anybody like anybody, but I know that more people are more into the falling in line, and being the follower. And even though I'm not like a leader, at least I don't think I am. And then I've been seeing shit like I've seen two things in the past like week dealing with like Hitler and like these memes and shit or whatever. And like my last name's German, and I've teased about that because people be like, in my past they'd be like, damn, whenever they, weren't on my side like my family. But people that didn't like me, they'd be like, you're a fucking crazy ass bitch whenever I'd go off on them. Because I'd finally get fed up with their shit. Like, for instance, the maintenance people, you're fucking crazy, or something. I mean, they didn't say that, but it's pretty much implied because I disagreed with them, And, God is not going to forgive me, and they speak for God, and all that shit. But, anyways, God don't like ugly, Apparently I'm ugly. Internally. I'm too fucking pretty externally to be ugly, I reckon. That's the reason sometimes I've sat here and I've been like, can I just be in a fucking car wreck that rips my face off? And then I hate to say that because I don't want to be ungrateful for what God has given me. But I don't use it, even though I get accused of using it, apparently. Being called a temptress or what the fuck ever. Or flirtatious or what is it, attention seeking, and like just all this shit that comes with having a somewhat attractive face or body or what the fuck ever and shit. But anyways, for as far as the Hitler thing or whatever, like I used to joke with people whenever they'd get real mad and shit at me or whatever, and I'd be like, well, I am technically German. Who knows? Maybe I'm related to Hitler. And, just me being a smart ass back to him, because let's say I am meant to lead something, so fucking what? If you're meant to follow something or lead something, I don't give a shit. I'm not mad at you for it. I'm not mad at President Trump because he's the fucking president. I'm wrong. Really, like, I don't give a shit. Like, that's where the fuck he's meant to be. I'm not mad that Cardi B is leading in the way that she's leading. I mean, I'm kind of a little thrown off by it. Like, damn, and like, this world's going to hell. But it's just an opinion. But I'm not, like, mad at her. And I'm getting tired of people being mad at me, at the person that I am, when I'm just trying to come into who the fuck I'm supposed to be. And I'm not even saying that I know, oh God, like God sent a message and was like, Heather, you're going to lead, some people, or even if it's just a small group, you're going to be the. And that's the thing too, is like, it's always inevitably fucking happened. You put me in fucking school with 5 damn people that become my friends, and granted, we're this small little cluster, or this small little group. But I guarantee you, just like when I was Big Heather in the fucking neighborhood, when I was growing up as a kid, that's what they referred to me as, because I was older. But it just happened. It was just the flow of things. I didn't ask to be born between the older group and the younger group in the fucking neighborhood and be the lonely one that was the only one that was the age that I was. I didn't ask for that. I didn't sit there and, like, or if I did, then I don't remember being up in heaven and being like, okay, God, I want everybody else born 4 years that I'm going to see for the majority of my life. I want them to else be born 4 years ahead of me or 4 years after me. I don't remember having that conversation with God. So, excuse me if when I'm the younger one and everybody's 4 years older, and it's like, oh, you're an attention whore. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're a horrible ass person. Oh, you're this, you're that, and everything. But when I'm with the younger ones, it's like, hey, and usually it turns into like, help me, help us, protect us, lead us, or what the fuck ever and shit. But in dynamics, I always end up coming out as somebody that and that's even like, I mean, my fucking employers can see it. They're like, hey, want to be a manager? I actually got told at my first job that I would make a real good manager one day by the fucking head honcho boss. He came in one day, he always called me Smiley. And he's like, hey, Smiley, and he's like, you keep up the good work and you'll make a good manager one day. Should I kill myself because of that? Should I kill myself because, at my last job that I was, well, not my last job, but my job before, that I was asked to be a manager? Should I hate myself for that? Because the majority of people love to come around, holler and scream at me and tell me yes. Why? What the fuck's wrong with y'all? I'm so tired of being so fucking depressed. I'm so tired of being so fucking fed up. I'm so tired of being so fucking trapped. God, am I tired of being trapped. I always turn everything into a rant because I'm so angry. And not like angry, like kill people, vengeful, angry, but because I'm fed up. Because I see other people out here and they're enjoying their fucking lives more than I am. And the thing is that they've been doing it my whole life. I'm 30 years old and I've barely enjoyed anything about my life. But to a degree, because I'm appreciative and I know how to humble myself and I know how to be grateful. So I know how to keep myself at this low level because because every time I try to rise up, there's always so much fucking friction. And it's not like, oh, well, just be strong and you'll overcome it. That makes me want to bitch slap somebody when they say that. It really does. Don't you think I've tried that? Don't you think I've tried that a lot? But the thing is I got so many people around me that are networking around me that would rather network against me instead of with me. It don't do a bit of damn good. Maybe I should eat the lead. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. I'm just frustrated. I'm so frustrated. I'm so mad. I'm so irritable. And that's one thing. Kevin, this guy that started talking to me, reached out to me wanting to talk to me. I hadn't heard from him in a while. I hadn't wrote him no more. He hasn't wrote me anymore. He kind of dropped off before I did in the friendship. He said something to me and I smarted off to him, and he was like, I don't think I can help you anymore. It's like, nah, shit. Because all you want to talk about is your body and about how you're supposed to stay healthy and about how your body's a temple and all this. And concluding, I'm not in control of buying my own groceries. And then even when I was living in the apartment, I still wasn't to a degree because I'm having to bum a ride off of people, which means that I have to buy what I can when I can, which means less perishable items. So don't talk to me about that shit. But he's like, I don't think I can help you. And I was like, whoa, for starters, you're the one that reached out to me to talk to me. Like, don't get your shit twisted. Like, I didn't come knocking on your door, And after I kind of went off on him, but I wasn't rude about it, and I didn't say it like that, but, I said it respectfully, and I was like, don't forget, you're the one that wrote me first. You're the one that said that you thought that you could help me, and you thought that you could be my friend. And I'm like, so, you know? But, he's like, there you go, that's what you need. You need that anger. You need that anger. That anger, feed off of that anger. I've had so many people talk to me about that shit. They're like, just get angry. Just get angry. Well, I talked about a few nights ago about my anger. Oh, you want me to get angry? Let me go in there and break all my grandmother's breakable shit and be like, I'm sorry, I just, I was angry. Let me act angry. You want to see me act angry? I'm going to get arrested if I act angry, okay? I will be arrested. No cop's going to come out and be like, yeah, you had every right to break all her breakable shit because you're angry. Instead, they're going to be like, lady, you need to calm down. And then from there, it's just going to snowball. And it's like, oh, well, that might be what you have to do. And sometimes that's what you have to do in life. And you have to make a ruckus. And you have to stand your ground. And you have to stand up for yourself. And you have to. I beg to differ that there is a way to go about doing things. Granted, there is a time that calls for anger. But there is no sense in me going out, showing anger, being angry, being violent, showing violent behavior or anything. Even though I still occasionally will throw something from time to time. It's like the other night in one of my videos, I don't know if you caught it, I threw the fucking remote. I was just so goddamn pissed because the fucking dog wouldn't shut up barking. It's the first time I threw anything in a minute. But, anyways, yeah. Like, me and my kid used to, oh man, when we first moved in the apartment, like that first year or whatever, we'd make paper balls. Whenever we get real mad, we'd just take a bunch of paper, rip it up, ball it up, and we'd just throw it. We'd just fucking throw it. And then we'd get to laughing because the dogs would get it and they'd tear it apart, shred it, and then we'd have a paper mess to clean up. But I wonder if she even remembers doing that. I think she got to where she did it by herself, and I go clean her room up. This is when she still had a bunch of boxes and stuff, and I go clean her room up, and there'd be little paper balls everywhere. And I'll be like, what happened? She'd be like, I got mad because you told me to do this, because you told me to walk the dogs, because you told me to feed the dogs. I'm like, you wanted dogs, didn't you? You gotta feed them. You gotta walk them. You gotta take care of them. Sorry. And I'd tease her. I'd be like, so was I supposed to sit around and throw paper balls whenever you were crying when you was a baby? I said, or was it my job to get up and take care of you? I said, that's the difference between being an adult and being a child. I said, it's okay that you're mad and stuff because you're being a child. I said, but I'm responsible, baby doll. I'd say to her. I said, and that's another reason that literally, my parents rarely took care of her. For multiple reasons. One, I don't trust them. First reason, though, is she's my responsibility. And I tried to make her in total my responsibility by getting a job and working, but they wouldn't allow that because then that would allow me control over mine and my daughter's life, which they don't want us to have, obviously. And I say us because it's me and my daughter's in control of herself. But, anyways. I'm just so fucking tired. So fucking irritated. I'm just trying to wait out the days until I get my W-2. And then see what happens from there. But, so today I woke up and I was like, I'm just not gonna fucking talk. Unless I absolutely, want to, have to, whatever. I went out and walked the dogs, or let them run around, played with them, come in, and my grandmother says to me, here we go, fucked up people and their fucked up opinions. You don't look like you feel good today. And I say, no, I'm fine. And I turn and I pour me a glass of tea. And as I'm pouring the glass of tea, same shit I've done, lived through, been through, year after year after year after year, probably since I was about age 8. And I poured me a glass of tea and I started to tear up because I wanted to so bad. I wanted to turn and be like, yeah, I don't feel good. My life is shit. Tell your son to give me my daughter back to start to make my life better. He can't teach me to drive, fine. I don't need that shit anymore. I got a license. You got enough money to buy me a fucking car, even though you want to act like you don't. You got enough money to help mom and dad out every fucking time that they need it. So much so that they get $7,000 from claiming, I mean, it's not all from claiming my daughter, but still, they would have got back, about 3,000-4,000 just by themselves, and that wasn't good enough. No, they had to have my kids so that way they could claim her. And concluding, like I've said, that they're people that cannot save money, and then they get a big chunk of money. Oh man, it's like a fucking parade. And they've claimed my daughter for over half of her life because they wouldn't let me file taxes. Because they're like, oh, you're not working, so you can't file taxes. So we'll have to file them, and then we'll claim her, even though she wasn't living with them. And they even tried to claim me. And then my grandmother even tried to tell me at one point in time to go and get put down as being mentally unstable, like to go act crazy pretty much. I was told pretty much to go and act completely bonkers. So that way they could be like, yeah, you're mental. So that way they could claim me as a dependent. That way they could get more tax money back. Tell me the world ain't fucked. And that's even like I told EJ. I said, I wouldn't put it past my parents. I wouldn't put it past them to have I know they have a life insurance policy on me. Not only do they have one on me, they have one on my sister, they have one on my nieces, and they have one on my daughter. They have a life insurance policy on all of us. Or at least they did. I said, they're waiting on me to commit suicide, that way they can have money. I said, that's all that I am to them. And I said, that's the reason that it's so tense between me and my families. It's like, God, why haven't you just killed yourself already? We've told you your whole life that you're worthless. We're just waiting on you to kill yourself. That way we have a little bit of extra money that we didn't have to save up. That's just, it comes as a large sum. But I told her that. And she's like, they can't do that. Places don't do that. Places don't pay out for suicides, I don't think. I think it was EJ that I talked to about it. I think I also talked to Jen, or maybe I just talked to Jen about it. But I think I talked to EJ about it too. And I think I even sent EJ a thing one night, and I was like, see? I was like, there are life insurance policies that do pay out for suicides. You can find them. They're out there. They exist. I mean, imagine you have a kid. Put yourself in the shoes of my parents. You get pregnant. You're fixing to have a bouncing baby boy. You don't have a beautiful baby girl. You live at home with your parents. You don't have to pay your bills by yourself. You're well taken care of. Any extra money that you need, it's right there because your mom and dad or mother-in-law and father-in-law are right there. They live with you. They done help take care of your first bouncing baby girl, Everything's great. You're fixing to have a bouncing baby boy. The ultrasound comes back that you're going to have a son. Supposedly. Guess I had my leg in the way. I don't know. But anyways, so then I'm born and I'm a girl. And the husband gets so mad at the wife that he runs out the hospital. Imagine the wife's mental state. This little princess woman, to a degree, that has her big man that's supposed to be protecting her and loving her and all this and everything, and they got one kid together, and they had a daughter, and now they're going to have a son, which means more acceptance into the family, because now you have the perfect two children, which is a boy and a girl, and instead it's another girl. And girls are always shameful to have versus sons. That stigma's always going to be there, unfortunately. For most. I don't know. It might break eventually. But, so anyways, so that's what's going on. You're sitting there, you have a baby girl. You have two names that you thought before you realized you supposedly having a son, or whatever. And so you have to pick the name. You name the child. The father comes back to the hospital. Big balloon, I'm sorry, I love you, You just abandoned your fucking wife in the damn hospital. You bastard. But then she has to look down at this baby girl, me, feeding me, changing my diapers, taking care of me. What little bit she's having to, because it's not like, But still, what little bit she's having to. And probably with every diaper change, probably with every bottle feed, she's thinking, why? Why did you have to come out a girl? Why didn't you come out a boy? Why couldn't you have made my life easier? Why did you make my life harder? Why did you do this to me? And God's not a physical thing there to be punished for it. God's not there to be asked why. But the baby girl is. So then the baby girl grows up, and the baby girl gets scapegoated and punished and beat on more and treated like shit more and everything, and bullied and picked on and just all this shit from everybody. Because, well, our life as a family would have been perfect. Because the ripple effect, y'all. The ripple effect, me, the mom, the dad, the sister, the older sister, the cousins, the aunts, the uncles, the grandparents. All of our lives would have been better if it wouldn't have been for this bad little ripple droplet that fell into our life of us having a girl when we were supposed to have a son. Then you raised me to be a tomboy. Not only to put up with the abuse of everything, and to think it's okay, until I'm like 10 and I realize something is completely shot in the fucking family. But to be your little helper, because it's my job. It's my job to be your little helper still, because your son wasn't born to help you. So now I have to help you. So now I have to crawl up under. Now I have to do this. And that was not funny the time you locked me up under with the goddamn snake either. Even though you thought it was. But then you had to go in there and kill it. I thought that shit was funny because you were screaming. Or hollering. You wasn't screaming, but you hollered. Because you thought you was going to get bit. Because you didn't know a snake was under there. Until you unlocked it and let me out. But crawl up under the trailer, crawl up under the buildings, get on top of the roof, hammer this, here's a nail, here's a screwdriver, here's a wrench, torque it, nail it, screw it, like break it over your leg, break it with your foot, break it with your hand. Can't you do that? Can't you tighten that up enough? Can't you do this? Can't you do that? And even though I haven't stayed stuck into that shit a lot and everything, I still got some basic skills and basic knowledge of things like that. Spit, grit, and duct tape. Then, because of y'all doing that to me, I'm more independent than my sister. In a way that she's not. And y'all see that as a threat. And it's just so much other shit, so much other family dynamics and fucked up shit and everything. But imagine if something goes wrong, like say, just even me with my kid and the balls of paper that we'd wad up, and throw. We're angry. We're sitting there, we're angry. What is something that we can do? What is provided to us? What is provided to us of little benefit to us? Except for paper, Paper is not that beneficial. I mean, it is, but then again, it's not. It's not going to destroy anything if you throw a paper ball at a fucking wall, So let's do that, Okay, well, here's this kid, She's a baby. She can't benefit us other than pretty. We can tell everybody how pretty she is. We can get everybody to talk about how pretty she is and get all the attention for how pretty she is. Pretty. Because she can't be smart, because our other daughter is pretty and smart, okay? Our other daughter is the full package. She's pretty, she's smart, she deserves all of our time, all of our attention, all of our everything, because she came out right the way she was supposed to be. This little shit here came out as a girl, and it was supposed to be a boy. So, I guess the one good thing about it being a girl is that it's pretty. Because girls are pretty. Everything's fucked up. Oh, but anyways, back to my grandmother asking me, or saying, not asking, just being like, you look like you don't feel good. It's like, there's part of me wants to be like, nah, shit, bitch, I don't feel good. I hadn't felt good my whole fucking life, but you didn't give a shit. I didn't feel good when I had fucking bruises and welts and cuts down my back and on the backside of my thighs, and all across my ass, and I couldn't sit straight for 2 fucking weeks. No, I didn't feel good then either, but you didn't give a shit, did you? So why you give a shit now? But I don't know what I'm going to do for as far as YouTube, making videos, if I'm going to keep up with it or not. I want to because it is a goal. I want to because I do want to find people to talk to. But fucking hell, it's like nothing. Like, I don't know. And it's like dealing with EJ, I don't even fucking know. And Jen, and all of it, and everything, and everybody. Because Jen, she got her own issues, which, I mean, that's cool. It's cool. Everybody got their own issues, that's fine. I have no pretense, or I don't know what the word would be, but I have no hate towards people having their own issues. But as long as our issues don't bump into each other's issues too much, and we can keep them, drawn in a line, if you will, and everything, then it's all good and stuff. As a matter of fact, her daughter's birthday's fixing to come up. And I don't know if I'm gonna try to give her anything for her birthday or not. I don't know. Because I can't buy, I mean, I can buy, I can and I can't. And then Jen says she don't want any more toys for her, so. And I thought my daughter would want her Easter dress. I texted her on Messenger. Asked her if she'd want her Easter dress that we bought, that she picked out, and she never responded, so. Because even though she'd been gone over a year, it was too big. And so maybe this year it would have fit her, I don't know. But she didn't respond. What do you do when nobody responds to you? Like, I really don't know what the fuck to do with that. Like, that has always been my gist. Like, I literally typed in earlier, I was like, why does nobody want to hang out with me? Like, I can get people to talk to me all fucking day long. All fucking day long, even when I don't want them to talk to me. I can. It's just like, poof, it's there. It's just like when I go into work, And maybe it's me. Maybe it's the way that I know that I go in and I'm like, hey, how are you? And all this. And I know that I take these subtle cues from everybody, and I watch everybody. And I'm literally taking in like a fucking computer, so-and-so looks sad today. Oh, this, oh, that, we'll watch them. We'll make sure you don't say anything rude to them. Oh, God, are they crying? Oh, God, did they tense up? Oh, God, did they get mad? Did they leave the room? Did they go here? Did they do, and all this and everything. And, I have people having conversations with me, and that's even like this one manager that I have, like, me and him, we don't even fucking talk no more. Like, he's an asshole. But assholes still come and talk to me. Why do assholes come and talk to me? Because I'm nice, and all this. And I'm just like, because that's like when he come up to me and he told me that, he's sick. And I was like, and he told me what was going on, and it was bad, and I was like, you better go to the hospital before you pass out. And I told him flat out, like, after he kept staying, he was there like an hour and a half later. I was like, if you don't go and take yourself to the fucking hospital, I was like, and I'll even drive you. And this was before I had my license. I was like, if you can't drive yourself, I'll drive you, if you're too nervous or whatever. I said, but if you don't take yourself to the fucking hospital, I said, I'm going to kick your ass. And I said, and then I said, especially if you pass out. I said, that's literally how I worded it. I was like, if you don't take your ass to the fucking hospital and you end up passing out on me, I said, whenever you come to, I said, I'm going to kick your ass for not going to the fucking hospital. Told him flat out. But it's like everybody likes to be around me and talk to me and shit because I care, or whatever. It's like I can still hear her voice ringing in my ears, Like, I was sitting there one day and she's like, talking about how she don't like a lot of people and stuff. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, and I like teased her somehow. She said something or whatever. She said she don't like people around. And I was like, cause I didn't know her that well, and I was like, oh shit, is that a hint that she wants me to go? And I was like, fuck, she's gonna have to be the one to drive me back, and I was like, so are you wanting me to go? Like, do I need to pack my shit? She's like, no. And she's like, you wouldn't be here if I didn't want you. That's one thing she said to me. It stuck in my head. And then she said that I was nice. I was like, why? Why are you hanging out with me? And she's like, because you're nice. And it's like fucking repeat. Just over and over and over again. And then it makes me want to cry because I really like her. I really fucking like her. And it's like, I'm like, okay, I fucked up. Okay, we can't. Okay, you don't want a relationship. Okay. Can we just be friends again? It's like she don't want to. And then she tries to put the blame on me, as to why she don't want to, but I think the blame is actually on her. Because I think she's just as attracted to me as I think that she is. And as all of her body language has ever spoke whenever we're around each other. And even her noticing me crying in the fucking car when she came to pick me up with her damn friend and I offered to pay for them to eat out. Because I just needed to get the fuck out of the apartment because I was losing my goddamn mind. And then I bought 3 packs of the cinnamon twist, and she reached out, like, I was like, okay, she don't know me or she don't care. And I was like, it's alright though. And I was like, should I go buy some more? And I didn't. I had the money to go buy more, but I didn't because I didn't want her to then catch on that no, I'd bought all 3 packs for my fat ass, for my own self. And then her feel any sense of guilt for eating them. And that's one thing that's driving me crazy. Is like, that I thought about earlier today, especially, because there's one thing that I said to her. And it was dealing with if we would have had a relationship. And I was like, I don't mind this one thing, And I was like, because I've had thoughts about this, and now I'm like, I wouldn't even fucking do that if my damn life depended on it right about now, because that's how fucking mad I am. And then I'm like, no, don't be that mad about it. And I'm like, no, but I am, because that's what happens is like, you fall in love with somebody, and you have all these great ideas and plans that they just flood your mind, And for the first time, you have goals, that make sense, and that seem tangible, and they're so real. They're just right there. You just have to get the other person, I jump, you jump, You have to get the other person on the same page. And then from there, once y'all get on the same page, yes, it's hard sometimes to always stay on the same page. But half the thing is like getting there, half the point of like getting things accomplished and stuff is, half of it is like, coming into that commitment of getting there, and even if we just would have stayed friends, there's so many ideas, and all this stuff that she does, that I know that she does, and I'm like, ooh, and I still sometimes I'll catch myself and something will pop into my head, and I'm like, that could be what she could do. That would be really good for her, and like, I just have these fucking, and I can't talk, she won't even talk to me. And then, because I'm putting it out on this video, and she'll end up watching this fucking video. I'm not stupid. Because I'm talking about her. Somebody will say something, or eventually she'll watch it. And, she might come at me and be like, well, what are you thinking about, And it's like, it's like the selfish little kid, and it's like, no, fuck you, it was my idea, And you probably won't even like it anyways, because apparently you like nothing about me, so you probably won't like my ideas, and you probably think that I'm just trying to fucking, be a fucking seductive, temptress bitch or something, so no, fuck you, And it's like, but there's all this stuff, and I'm just like, God, and I'm mad because it's wasted. It's wasted. It's like, I'm done a wasted, if you will, sister, daughter, cousin, friend, for most people to a degree, and all this and everything. And, a wasted girlfriend for Adam, and a wasted wife for my husband, and a wasted mom now almost for my kid, and I don't mean wasted as in, I'm sitting here drugged out or anything, but I mean that they're not taking the opportunities that I am willing to give them of me, of myself, of my time, of my thoughts, of me thinking about them because I care about them. Like, what do you do with that? And then even new opportunities that come along, like this fucking prick that I used to work with that's like, hey, I really like you, you know? And I'm like, okay. And then it's like, well, can we talk? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. And then it's like, well, if we date, can we have sex? And I'm like, well, yeah, you know, like, I reckon, you know? And it's like, so are we dating? When are we going to talk again? And when am I going to see you? Because he goes like 3 fucking days, where at first he was talking to me every fucking day, and then he's like all these excuses, and I'm like, okay, else give me your phone number, that way I can contact you directly, or, you know, we're done already. Like, and he didn't give me his number, and I'm just like, because I'm all about planning. I'm all about, you know, commitment. I'm all about I jump, you jump, you know. And I'm tired of me always being the one to take the first leap of everything. And that's like me and my husband when we got together, you know. That's the reason, you know, I was like, holy shit, this might actually work. You know, and that's like, even watching the TV shows 90 Day Fiance, you know, and, what is it? Something about, I don't even know. What's it called? Anyways, it's where they get married and they don't even know each other, you know? I forget what it's called. I can't think right now. But it's like, to have somebody that's willing to put in that same amount of level of, you know, just everything, you know? That level of commitment, that level of all that shit and everything. And trying to find somebody that's like that. Business partner, friend, associate, you know, anything, you know. And when you can't find that, and it's so rare, you know, and then it's like, oh, you know, if it's that rare, then you'll appreciate it when you have it. Okay. So that's what my husband used to try to do to me. You're not appreciating me. You're not appreciating what I'm doing. And it's like, no, because you're not committing fully. I'm sorry that you took the $300 we saved up for a fucking car and went and bought a damn Xbox with it on my fucking birthday. You know, but like, and then didn't even care to try to save it back up. 8 months later, you know, we don't even have $50 in savings now, you know, like, you can't accomplish anything unless you're a team. All these people weren't running around wanting to accomplish shit and everything. And they're sitting there and they see the same pictures of these happy-go-lucky looking people that I do. You know, or these people that seem to got their shit together. And they're like, how can I be on top and be the leader and be the one and be the that and be the this and be the... By applying yourself. By putting yourself and, you know, walking into something and being like, you know what? You're my friend, and we're going to be a team on this shit. All these famous fucking people, you think they got there by themselves? Because that's what they tell you? Like, you're fucking stupid if you believe that. You're fucking stupid. What's the old saying? 2 heads are better than 1, right? Like, I'm surrounded by idiots that don't seem to get that don't seem to understand that. And then the work and the effort. That's just like Jen, for instance. She was making soap with her kid. I mean, that was just something that she said she enjoyed doing, she liked doing, and she's sitting there talking about how she needs to make more money. There's a little store that's nearby, and I was like, I bet you 10, if you, you know, sell that, I said, I bet you 10 you could sell that. I said, because they got several people, because I used to work at that little store. I'm like, they got several people that come in there and sell them their shit, you know, and say, hey, sell this for me, you know, and you'll make a little bit of profit off of it, but I get to set it in your store and sell it. I told her to do that with the damn soap. Did she listen to me? No, you know, and that's the thing too, you know, you gotta learn to listen to fucking people. You know, when somebody's sitting there and they're telling you, you know, fucking talk to me. You know, we got shit to talk about. We got shit to do. We got goals. We got, you know, you got goals, and I don't even know all your goals yet because you're guarded. But I know some of them, and I want to fucking help you. You know, because I care about you. you know, and can you care about me and my goals, you know, can we keep it equal? And I hate people. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video here because, yeah, I got to anyway. I'll catch you later. Hope you're doing good. Take care. Blah, 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 blah. Bye.